Hey, sweetie, your mother showed me this Carvana thing for selling the car. I'm gonna give it a try. Wish me luck. Me again. I put in the license plate. It gave me an offer. Unbelievable. Okay, I accepted the offer. They're picking it up Tuesday from the driveway. I haven't even left my chair. It's done. The car is gone. I'm holding a check. Anyway, Carvana, give it a whirl. Love ya.
So good, you'll want to leave a voicemail about it. Sell your car today on
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.
This podcast is part of the Neverland Network, where faith meets video games, movies, and fun. Find more shows like this at neverlandpodcast.com.
From days long ago, from uncharted regions of the universe, comes a legend.
The dream that came through a million years, that lived on through all the tears.
It came here, the Fandom Nexus.
Fabulous secret powers were revealed to our host as he plugged in his microphone.
I have a podcast!
Here he is, your Spider-Pan, Jeremy.
Yes, after a short hiatus, I am back. Well, hopefully we'll be consistent from here on, but life kind of happens in unexpected ways. And just when I thought things were starting to turn around, we got hit with some car repair, some home repair, that kind of thing. And so I was dealing with that and really wasn't in the proper mindset, I guess, really to probably record. I do have plans to cover Wizard of Oz and also do a nice tribute to Chuck Norris. And even Miss Tessmacher, because she passed away, that actress as well. So we probably should throw something her way as well, because, you know, for at least that one role, she's meant a lot for us. For those of us that grew up with the original Superman films, anyway. But what I've got planned for you today, I do have some quite a few trailers in the trailer park to kind of talk about. But Planet Comicon in Kansas City was this past weekend. I did do 2 panels with Dan Viets of the ThankYouWaltDisney.org organization, where they're trying to restore Walt Disney's studio here in Kansas City. I did not record the audio of it this time because I've shared audio from that exact same panel previously on the show, and, you know, why rehash it again? Plus, it also saved me. I didn't have to carry as much stuff if I didn't bring my recording equipment in there. So I was already carrying a book and script and everything. But I did get some audio for you. There was a panel with Sean Ass and Elijah Wood, and I've gotten some audio from that. I've done some editing on it, tried to fix it up so it's a little easier for you to hear. And I plan to share that with you today. So we do have a lot of fun to do here on the show. So hopefully you're going to be glad that you downloaded this week, and you'll be coming with us hopefully next week. I'm hoping things are going to get better. I have a little bit of positive news that I'm hoping it's going to be positive news. After being rejected for so many different jobs, I went over to the website for my old place at KQ2 and found that my old position in creative services was open. At least they had where I could put a resume in for it. So I sent a resume and applied there. I also said, you know, it had somebody to email in the new company that owns them. Newspress Gazette or whatever, Newspress Group, I don't know. But I sent a resume to that person as well, because when I texted some of the people, my former coworkers, they said that, yeah, everything's being decided by someone in Columbia. And I figured that must be who it is in Columbia, Missouri. So I've sent resumes over there, and I'm hoping I'm going to find out very soon that I get to come back after a long month. I mean, that's like 5 months ago, pretty much my life kind of got thrown out of whack for 5 months, and I've been just scraping by and crawling my way around, Ubering and substitute teaching and trying to maintain. And with having stuff going around with the house and the cars and stuff like that, it has not helped. But who knows? This could be the turnaround. So be praying for me. Positive energy, whatever you're doing. I prefer to be praying, honestly myself, but hopefully this is going to turn around. But anyways, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time here. I want to get into the trailer park, but I do. Let's go out to what I've been playing. So my wife got me playing Stardew Valley again because I was watching her play, and I thought, you know what? It's a nice, cozy game. And I sat down and started playing Stardew Valley. I started a new game. I mean, because on the Nintendo Switch, I used some old exploits where you could duplicate things, which they have now fixed that glitch, so that doesn't work anymore. But I've kind of got where I've got so much stuff, and I'm like, it's all crowded, and it takes a lot of time and effort trying to, because I basically turned the farm into a complete winery, and it was just too much time to maintain it without having done some of the stuff along the way, like getting the Junimos, the little critters to come and help take care of your farm for you. So as I might jump on the Switch again and play that, but I was like, I can play this on PlayStation now because of my account and everything. So I went ahead and I started playing, and I'm working my way up to it the normal way. I'm in year 2 fall and doing pretty good, I guess. I still can't seem to catch a sturgeon. It's the last fish I need to complete the community center for anyone who knows anything about Stardew Valley. So I am working my way around that. I did manage to get my hands on a copy of Resident Evil Requiem because, of course, I wanted to have that one. So I used my GameStop card to get me a copy. So I have been playing that as well and enjoying it. I do have video of that going up at the Neverland Gamer over on YouTube if you want to see. Now, there's a couple of videos. My capture card. Thank you, Creative Cloud, for telling me the Photoshop has been updated very loudly. Wow, I bet that picked up on the microphone and everything. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So my capture card that I have failed me on the audio a couple of times with recordings. I did not realize that. I don't have the greatest capture card. Sometimes it even blinks like a green screen, like it doesn't get it. I bought a thing at Walmart. Seemed to be a good price, but I don't know if I just got a defective one, but it doesn't always work as well as I should like, but it does fairly well. So I do have some video posted over there as well. So definitely go and check that out. But let's just go right into the trailer park, which should be this button here. Nope.
Mama, another gator got in the house.
Another gator? Give me that shovel. Come here.
Get him, Mama. Get that gator.
The Neverland Trailer Park.
Okay, so I have like 5 different trailers for you all. Let's just get right on into them. I've been looking forward to this one.
A person cannot be prosecuted twice for the same crime. I know when Rodney Hollingshead was murdered, and I know who the real killer was.
No more. Go on.
The mystery will be solved when I read the ending tomorrow.
Ah! Why would he stop there?
He was just about to say who the killer was.
The doctor did.
No way, genius.
Oh, here we go.
Ah!
Last night, something terrible happened. Our shepherd was murdered.
No! George is dead?
Probably a heart attack. Not much of a story for you, I'm afraid.
Unless there's anything out of the ordinary.
Nope, I've looked everywhere. Around the caravan, underneath the caravan.
What about inside the caravan?
Worth a shot.
Lily, what will we do? George loved us. He read us dozens of these stories. We shall solve the crime.
I can't seem to face up to the fight.
You all think you're smart enough to solve a crime. Do you know what humans call stupid people who can't think for themselves?
Ducks!
Sheep!
He's talking about you.
I'm tense and nervous and I forgot the line.
I'm George's lawyer. Mr. Hardy left $30 million. We have our motive.
Psycho killer.
The people in the will are always the suspect. Look around for a better window.
I'm going in.
Sheep.
What's that neighbor's truck doing here?
Are you thinking what I'm thinking? I want to bash it. I want to bash it so bad.
Stop! We've been over this. We don't bash things unless
there's a legitimate cause for bashing.
I'm George's daughter.
She was here that night.
I have a question. Do you have a boyfriend?
Oh.
That's a standard question.
Everybody follow me!
Are we lambs or are we rams?
The real world is more complicated than a book.
We're not scared.
Mappa, what is that?
I think it's a road.
But what is it made of?
Well, not grass, I can tell you that.
The Sheep Detectives. I am pretty excited about this. So this is Hugh Jackman is the shepherd who likes to read stories to his sheep before he mysteriously dies. This also has Nicholas Braun, Nicholas Galitzine, Molly Gordon with Hong Shao and Emma Thompson, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Bryan Cranston, Chris O'Dowd, Regina Hall, Patrick Stewart, Bella Ramsey, and Riz Darby. All in this. It's coming out. They're saying Mother's Day weekend. Is for the time of it. So yes, early May. So we're about a month away from this one coming out, and I am super. Did I say super excited? Now here's something that I should be more excited about it coming out, but I didn't watch the second part yet. But Dune Part 3, they released a trailer for that too. So let's go ahead and play it real quick. This will be the first time I've watched it.
If we have a girl, what will we name her?
Her name should be Ganima. She would need to be strong, like her mother. What if it's a boy?
I would name him Leto. So he would have the wisdom of his grandfather.
War feeds on itself. The more I fight, the more our enemies fight back. I'm doing the best I can to protect my family. How did Father do it?
Your father never started a war.
I'm not afraid to die. But I must not die. Yet.
This is coming December 18th. This is the conclusion of the 3 parts. Now, it's been a long time since I went through the book, so I don't recognize any of these events. But of course, this is directed by Denis Villeneuve, written by Villeneuve and Brian K. Vaughan. This is based, of course, on the Frank Herbert novel. It has a lot of the same cast in there. We see Timothy Chalamet, Zendaya, Jason Momoa, Florence Pugh, Rebecca Ferguson, Isaac de Bancole with Charlotte Rampling, and Anya Taylor-Joy, and Robert Pattinson, and Javier Bardem, which is nice. And also some newcomers, Nakoa Wolf Momoa and Ida Brooke. And what is odd is I'm noticing there's like over 5,000 dislikes here in the Warner Brothers version of this. I would not expect that. I think people are getting a little tired of Zendaya at this point, though, from other things I've seen. Based around, well, you know what? I see a link to it here. So let me just click this link. And because this was something I meant to talk about today. So here we go. We got a full trailer for Spider-Man Brand New Day.
I can't believe our first hit in my team. MJ, come on. Pretend like you're not the happiest you've ever been in your entire life.
I can't.
I knew it.
Hi, my name is Peter Parker. You don't remember me, but we used to know each other. Something bad was going to happen, and the only way to stop it was to make everyone forget about me. Because I'm not just Peter Parker. I'm Spider-Man.
What the hell, Frank? You just hit me with a van!
Quit your whimpering. Suit yourself. Mother.
Go home! And sometimes Spider-Man has to do the hard thing, even if it breaks Peter Parker's heart. What is happening to me? Excuse me, Dr. Banner. I need your help.
What did you say your name was? If DNA is mutating, it could be enormously dangerous.
Spiders have 3 life cycles. When between cycles, it can leave the spider vulnerable to threats.
We are faced with a danger that we can't control. One we can't even see.
Stay out of my way.
You're losing it, kid.
And for those spiders who make it through, it amounts to a kind of rebirth.
Nice flowers.
Oh, they're a housewarming gift.
I'm MJ.
I'm just a neighbor from across the hall.
Friendly neighbor.
Okay, so when you have a prior opportunity to get rid of Ned and Michelle, I'm never going to call her MJ. That's not MJ. That is a Michelle. There is a Michelle in the comics. I'm pretty sure that's where they based her. They could have gotten rid of them, and they kept them in there. Now, Ned wasn't a bad character. It was kind of fun. He didn't really match Ned Leeds that we know from the comics necessarily, but he was at least fun. Michelle has just kind of been unlikable pretty much from the get-go. She's not even a good match for Peter. It just doesn't even make sense to have this character in here. They could have gotten rid of her. We've had like 5 years. Okay, he can be over it. But yet they're back. And that's the biggest complaint. And I'm not the only one who's made this complaint. I've seen it in multiple places. We could have moved on from that. And that seems to be a primary focus. Well, I don't even know who the major villain is. We get to see Scorpion. It looks like we're seeing the Hand. I mean, I don't know what all is going on. And it's kind of funny. He's fighting the Punisher because the Punisher started out as a Spider-Man villain. So, yeah, I should be more excited about this, but I'm not. There is some stuff I like. I mean, we got to look at what could be Rogue. So, but a lot of this is just, why are they back and why are we spending so much time with these people? We could start fresh. We haven't even gotten to see Sadie, from Stranger Things. There's been talk that she could be the real Mary Jane or that she could be Jean Grey in the Marvel Universe. We don't know. And this didn't really tell us. But yeah, I should be excited about this, and I am not. I'll just leave it at that. Okay, there's some stuff I hadn't really thought to get into, but I see it. Marvel's Wolverine gameplay trailer. I have not looked at this. I'm going to take a look at this. I didn't realize we had some gameplay footage of the Wolverine game expected to come in. And it is violent. But of course, it looks like Mega Red. Nice.
Been fighting longer than I can remember. I'd like to say I'm not a violent man. The trouble just has a way of finding me. But I'd be lying. Doesn't matter where I go. How far I run. Death's always waiting. Just not for me. Because I ain't no hero. I'm Wolverine.
I saw Mystique. Oh, a Sentinel. So this is coming fall of this year. It looks pretty cool. They appeared to have gone the route, if anyone saw the X-Men Origins Wolverine game, the very violent, and even some of the fighting looks very similar to that. So it looks like they kind of went that route. with the game. Going to be a very, very, very violent game. And it's being brought to you by, oh my goodness, by the same people who brought us those last couple Spider-Man games that have been pretty good. So I am kind of looking forward to that. Here's something else I haven't looked at yet. Disclosure Day, an official trailer for it. So let's take a look at this one. I'm going to have a lot more than 5 trailers.
What did you steal?
Secrets. The data they paid me to protect.
Are they people?
No.
Good morning, Kansas City. Let's take a look at today. Today is today's.
Do you understand what she's saying?
I hear it. It's gibberish. I can't understand it.
And I can.
What's happening to me?
People are starved for the truth.
I'm a part of it now. I'm just sorry they made you a part of it too.
Hello, Jane. Please. Have a seat.
This 79-year terror campaign of lies has to end.
What are you gonna do?
Full disclosure to the whole world.
That truth will upend all established order across the entire world. If you do this, there's no undoing it.
Why would they do this?
When the time is right, everything will become clear.
Whatever happens, don't you let go.
From Steven Spielberg, coming out June 12th. This is Disclosure Day, which, I mean, seriously, we've this. I don't think this is the first time we've had like a storyline that was basically, yeah, the aliens have been living among us for a very long time, and that seems to be what's going on. So, but either way, it looks pretty cool, and it's a Spielberg movie, so you know what? I'm thinking this could be good. All right, there's a couple more that I'm kind of excited for. These I think I did have on my list. I'm finding the links here on YouTube. But this one just came yesterday. I think, yeah, 2 of them just came, not yesterday, but a couple days ago. Well, of course, depending upon when you're hearing this. So here is the newest trailer for Supergirl.
Hey,
it's going to have music in here. I'm probably going to have to cut out. So
coming back. You know, I'm just worried that you're not going to find your stride here if you keep going off world all the time, Kara. I'm worried you're not going to find your people.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, Clark. I have no people. Oh, miss wherever you are, buddy.
As I walk this land of road,
Crypto and I at least had each other.
I have visions of
Honestly, I thought we were lucky. But luck, almost by definition, runs out. What can I do?
The Brickens carry the antidote on that person. He has 3 days.
You cannot give up on me.
It's the crime of the Yellow Hills. He murdered my innocent family.
Just do what I say. And don't die. This does not look like this is gonna end well.
For you guys.
Stop. You're hurting my head.
Okay, because they're starting to play a recognizable song, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here. There's, of course, a lot more. Now, I'm just going to focus on like the movie. There's comments about a Vanity Fair article that it doesn't make a lot of sense of why they start talking about, oh, the backlash you're going to get for playing a superhero or something. And then she made a weird comment in the interview. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, but she's getting on a flack. Our lead actress playing Supergirl here, which Millie Alcock. I'm going to stay away from that. I want to look at just the movie itself. Now, this is based off a comic series called Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, where she's off planet. And this giving us a different take on Supergirl, who's basically going through depression, having seen Krypton destroyed and having lived there and been old enough. And I'm missing a lot of dialogue that's going on in this trailer. I'm still looking at it. But we did get our first look at Jason Momoa as Lobo, which is pretty exciting. But from the look of this, like a lot of the storyline is the major villain from the Woman of Tomorrow is going to do something to shoot Crypto with a dart that's actually killing him in 3 days, which I guess would give the capability that it would kill her as well, kill Kara. Because if you can kill Crypto, you can kill a Kryptonian dog. You mean a Kryptonian, you can also kill. I figure. All right. Golly, I don't know. I wonder if I can show the trailer for Backrooms. I just saw that pop up over here. It's like, because I just saw that yesterday, and it's going to be a horror film, and I'm kind of interested to see it. And I don't think there was any language in that one. We might look at that one later. I'm just adding more stuff onto the list of things I was going to play for you. But overall, I'm still interested in see this. The only other complaint is people like they're tired of James Gunn, and they thought, oh, this looks like it's going to be a Guardians of the Galaxy style movie, and It's like, well, James Gunn isn't directing this. He's kind of the Kevin Feige of the DC cinematic universe that we're getting. And just have some patience. Take a look. If you really just did not like that Superman movie, then okay, you're not going to like this probably. I liked that Superman movie. I enjoyed it, so I'm down for this. I want to check it out. I want to see it. So that's kind of where I'm sitting, and I'm hoping she hasn't really said anything too stupid, or a lot of people are comparing her to the Snow White film and what that lead actress was doing that kind of tanked that movie. Although the movie itself looked like trash, this movie doesn't look bad. And one thing I'm seeing is potential for like a character growth arc for Kara, because we see her suddenly, by the end of the film, she is going to don the Supergirl suit, and I wonder if she's starting to agree with Clark and Clark's methodology of things and choosing people to be her people, and maybe she'll decide to reside on Earth a lot more. I kind of see it maybe going that direction, that, she doesn't wear the costume or anything for a long time. And then at the end, she decides to embrace being a hero of some sorts. And so I expect to see a character arc that I think it'll be good. So I'm hoping that's what we're going to see. And if that's what we see, then that is fantastic. Okay, so before I get to the last one, let's go ahead and play the Backrooms trailer, which I did watch one yesterday. So this is probably the one I saw.
I found something in the store.
Okay. What did you find?
The place. I found a place.
Hello?
आपको खुशामदीद कहते हैं।
Anyone there?
Look, I know how this sounds, but you gotta understand, it's massive in there.
I'm not saying I don't believe you.
Okay, I'm gonna come back here with proof. All right, you feel me?
Yeah.
Follow my lead.
Clark, what is this?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I've been here every night since I found the place, and I still barely scratched the surface. All right, just take it slow.
Oh my God. Pull me up, pull me up, pull me up! What do you see?
All these rooms. This place built them. maze. It just goes on and on. Sometimes I'm scared I'll get lost.
Clark, can you hear me?
I don't understand. What is this?
It's beautiful. Am I right?
Hello?
All right, May 29th, based on the series by Kane Parsons. It's been on YouTube. He's pretty much, a lot of the lore that we get for the Backrooms has been based off his video series he was doing. Very creative guy, and so he's getting to take his lore. A24's paid him to make a film based on Backrooms. So I guess somebody managed to license Backrooms, right? When it was just this internet lore for somebody who, I think we discussed this back, was it this October or the previous October, where I went through some of the lore, and we don't even know who did the original. We know where the photo was taken. That has been figured out. But the story, the basic thing that somebody come up with this photo, it's like, oh, if you, heaven forbid, you ever fall in there and God save you because you probably are not getting out and hopefully nothing around there finds you. That kind of thing, And so we've got that kind of feel going on. And I'm sure there's going to be some monsters, some creatures they're going to come across in the Backrooms. But what is this going to be PG-13? Is it going to be an R? I don't know at this point. Depends upon how gory they are. I recognize one actor. I believe he was in the Matrix films. I think that's where I recognize him from. I should have stuck around on there and looked at his name. There's also been another film I'm not going to play the trailer for, but I was kind of curious about. It was called The End of Oak Street, and it looks to be like a time travel thing. It's basically this entire street just goes and vanishes, and then everybody there ends up somewhere else, and there's dinosaurs. So I'm calling it a time travel because even the opening shot has a clock ticking. So I think they're hinting it as a time travel, but why did they time travel and how will they get back and that kind of thing? Should be interesting. Okay, but now let's get down to it. Last one I want to share with you is we got another trailer for the Masters of the Universe, and I'm excited. Here we go.
I know most of you don't remember me. But I know all of you. Even though I was stuck light years away on Earth, I never stopped trying to get back home.
Everything changed since you left.
It's all gone. Skeletor took my family. And he destroyed our world.
It's all my fault. I know how it feels to fail. Take the sword. Then when you fall, that's your chance to stand tall. The universe shall quake in my shadow.
This is my home. I'm gonna fight for it. But I can't do it without you.
Somebody wants to brawl.
I need every man, woman, or whatever that is.
You may have the power, but you're too scared to use it.
Trust me, I know how to use it.
You tell everyone that you're from another planet. It just makes you sound a little very crazy.
June 5th. And did you all hear what I heard? Yes, the Filmation music. The Filmation music being used in this. I did have on the list at some point I was going to play some audio for the Mall series, but I feel like I've done enough on that. I'm not going to unfortunately be able to watch the Mall series because I don't have my Disney Plus account reactivated yet. So let's take a quick break, and we'll come back and hear from Sean Ass and Elijah Wood at Planet Comicon, Kansas City.
I sold my car in Carvana last night.
Well, that's cool.
No, you don't understand. It went perfectly. Real offer, down to the penny. They're picking it up tomorrow. Nothing went wrong.
So, what's the problem?
That is the problem. Nothing in my life goes as smoothly. I'm waiting for the catch.
Maybe there's no catch.
That's exactly what a catch would want me to think.
Wow, you need to relax.
I need to knock on wood. Do we have wood? Is this table wood?
I think it's laminate.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's close enough.
Car selling without a catch. Sell your car today on
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.
Are you a fan of Adventures in Odyssey, Lamplighter Theater, or Jonathan Park? Want to join other fans for discussions or behind-the-scenes info about these shows? Or maybe you're looking for more great audio drama to listen to with your family. Do you enjoy hearing exclusive interviews with the cast and crew of your favorite shows? Then Audio Theater Central is the podcast for you. I'm JD Sutter. Since 2010, Audio Theater Central has been exploring the family-friendly audio drama world through news, reviews, and interviews. Join me and a rotating cast of co-hosts each month for another episode featuring the latest updates, in-depth reviews of new releases, and conversations with the actors, writers, directors, sound designers, and composers who create your favorite audio dramas. And maybe we'll introduce you to some great shows you've never heard of before. Find us at audiotheatercentral.com or in your favorite podcast app. That's audiotheatercentral.com.
And now back to He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
So a hotel you've been in a lot of times if you live in Los Angeles. Yeah.
I just remember. Peter Owens. Peter Owens. Peter, who was designed all of the, he did the hair design for Lord of the Rings. I mean, he got an Oscar for it, right? Peter King and Peter Owens. Yeah. So we went up there, and it was for a fitting. So it was in a hotel room, so we didn't know what that was about. Basically, he just put, now you've done it a million times, but he put plastic on your head and put the rubber bands around it, and he kind of sketched something. Yeah. And I remember thinking, like, do I want to wear like a wig? Like, I don't know why would I want to wear a wig? And he said, he sketched out a silhouette of a hobbit and the hobbits. Like, this is what it looked like, and we want you all to look like you're part of the same thing. And he drew the hair, and all of a sudden I was like, I want to have that hair. and I just remember leaving the room with him and thinking like, oh my God, like this is actually, the level of creativity with this is different than I've ever seen before. Like, this guy is a genius. I'm just meeting him. Hi, nice to meet you. He's a genius. And then I come downstairs. Hello. Oh, that's better. Good morning. So I walk out in this kind of state of awe into the lobby, and here comes, and I'm 29, and here comes 19. Ready for this? He goes, yeah. And then we get down there, as it turns out, he was very ready for it. Not so much.
So I was going to say, one of the coolest things about these conventions and Planet Comicon in general is the incredible cosplays. And I mean, I've seen so many Lord of the Rings cosplays this weekend. So I wanted to know if the two of y'all had the ring.
And so yeah, we were passing each other in the hallway. Those lobbies on Sofitel.
Was it? Yeah, I think so. Across from the
Veterans Center. Yeah. So a hotel you've been in a lot of times if you live in Los Angeles. Yeah. I just remember. Richard Owen. No, Peter Owens. Peter Owens. Peter Owens. Peter, who has designed all of the, he did the hair design for Lord of the Rings. I mean, he got an Oscar, right? Peter King and Peter Owens. Yeah. So we went up there, and it was for a fitting. So it was in a hotel room, so we didn't know what that was about. Basically, he just put, now you've done it a million times, but he put plastic on your head and put the rubber bands around it, and he kind of sketched something. Yeah. And I remember thinking, like, do I want to wear like a wig? Like, I don't know why would I want to wear a wig? And he said, he sketched out a silhouette of a hobbit and the hobbits. Like, this is what they look like, and we want you all to look like you're part of the same thing. And he drew the hair, and all of a sudden I was like, I want to have that hair. and I just remember leaving the room with him and thinking like, oh my God, like this is actually, the level of creativity with this is different than I've ever seen before. Like, this guy is a genius. I'm just meeting him, hi, nice to meet you. He's a genius. And then when I come downstairs, hello, oh, that's better. Good morning. So I walk out in this kind of state of awe into the lobby, and here comes, and I'm 29, and here comes 19. Hey! I'm like, hey! And I go, are you ready for this? He goes, yeah! And then we get down there, as it turns out, he was very ready for it. Not so much!
So I was going to say, one of the coolest things about these conventions and Planet Comicon in general is the incredible cosplays. And I mean, I've seen so many Lord of the Rings cosplays this weekend. So I wanted to know, if the two of y'all had the rare day off and you guys got to attend a convention, what would you guys cosplay as?
It's a totally unfair thing to do, because when I see all these incredible costumes, I think I could never do that. I would never have thought to put some of the ideas together that people put together and build them and everything else. And someone's like, oh, sorry, I just put this together. You're like, that's all right, I've had 50 years, I couldn't do that. So now you're asking a question that requires very little imagination, and I still feel totally ill-equipped. Like, what would you,
I saw once someone wore the shower costume from the Karate Kid. And I was like, that's awesome. Yeah, that's like deep cut, man. Costume in a movie. That's cosplay. Anyway, it's just great.
Well, there's kind of gender fluidity in costumes. Is that a way to describe that? Yeah. Correct. So I don't know, like, what kind of elf I would make. Probably not a great one. I guess I was thinking of female elf at that moment as opposed to no. I don't know. I don't think I would want to wear one of those things that, like, it's like something you'd have to put in the trunk. Like, something that would take 3 people to assemble. Or
something, perhaps.
I don't know, but fandoms, like Star Wars is my jam. A legitimate experience today. Okay, I had a legitimate experience today. And it has to do with expectation. If you're not expecting something and something happens, you're like, whoa, this is what happened to me. So I walk out and I see R2-D2 and C-3PO, right?
I was this close to going up and getting a photo with them.
Well, I just went back and I was like, hey, 3PO, and he goes, hey, Sean. I was like, whoa. I did they said, "Hi, Sean, an idiot," I was like, I don't know, I believed it for a second. I still believe it.
Human-cyborg relations. I should have taken a photo. Because I wanted to show my kids, you know. I met C-3PO and R2-D2.
I was on my way to the booth.
Yeah, so was I. But you made it that good.
Stop. What about getting a hug? Could I have gotten a hug from C-3PO? That would have been...
I reckon they're still here somewhere.
I don't know. You think C-3PO was like, not today? I'm feeling it right now. Maybe I could have bought it. They're droids. You can acquire a droid. I could have tasted him or something and then... Nothing but reverence for R2.
Alright, so I'm not going to get that out of my head.
Before we get to questions from y'all, I wanted to know, so Sean, we obviously saw Sam serve 7 consecutive terms as mayor of the Shire, and now in the real world, you are president of SAG-AFTRA. To negotiate with 200,000 Hollywood actors or a village of hobbits? Which is harder to negotiate with, the actors or the hobbits?
I'd say it's identical for the following reason. Hobbits and actors, they gotta do what they want to do. You're trying to instruct, you sort of have to encourage, lay little breadcrumbs for things that can work out. I can't imagine Samwise Gamgee in any of the type of committee meetings that I've been. The way it works in the union setting, as with most, I'm sure, volunteer settings or whatever, with us it's more. Everything's more. We have like 99 national committees or more, and every single one is populated with at least 17, maybe up to 30 people, and everybody, you have to get your name on the list to speak, and then depending on what the thing is, you go for a minute or two, and then the next person. So if you're not a patient person, it's really hard. It's hard because we're all actors, we all want to talk at the same time, but you gotta wait, you have to be patient, and just that you've been waiting for 19 people, and by the 20th person that you are, the person right before you said exactly what you want to say. So now you have to decide, am I going to take my name off the list, because I already had what my question is, or am I going to come up with something different to say? That's probably what it's like with Hobbits too, I bet.
Alright, so we do have some questions from y'all, so, there's the light. Hello, what's your name? What's your question?
I know him.
My name's John. My question is, like a lot of people, these films have meant a great deal to me, and clearly they've had an impact on the people here in this room. I'm curious if portraying these characters changed you guys personally, and if there was an experience that you still carry with you today.
That's 2 questions.
You're very famous on the helicopter camera.
Totally profoundly changed and affected by the experience of living in New Zealand, of making some of the best friends of our lives, family, really. I mean, look, I was 18 when I went to New Zealand. I was 22 when all was finished at the end of the 4-year journey. So, incredibly profound growing experience for me. New Zealand will always hold a special place in our hearts. I mean, it was just unlike any experience before or since. Can't be replicated. It was in its time. Extraordinary.
I think what I hear you mean, and I could be wrong, but the quality of the character, Samwise is loyal. And I feel like what you're wanting to know is, did I learn how to be a more loyal person by playing Sam? I hope so. Maybe.
There's a lot of Sam in you.
Or, you know, I think that's... There's a lot of Frodo. They all know it. You know, you sort of, with films and television shows, depending on what they are, they can really, you know, reveal you to yourself, reveal you to the audience. You know, I've done a lot of different characters, many of which people don't know. And where I played all different kinds of, I played villains, you know, I played things, you know, characters that are the opposite of Sam. They haven't necessarily connected with a wide audience or something. So because Sam has, you sort of like, oh, that must be who you are. So when I was elected for president of SAG-AFTRA, I know that part of the confidence that the membership who voted for me feels because of Sam and Rudy and Mikey from Goonies and those kind of things. So what I want to say is I would love to use the qualities that those characters exemplify. I'd like to try and, you know, honor those with my actions and with who I am. But that's not, you know, Sam is a literary character that is flawless. You know, he's like a perfect literary character. Sean, flawed.
Thank you so much, guys.
Great answer. Thank you.
Hello. What's your name? Hi, I'm Jillian.
Hi, Jillian.
Hi. So I, like I'm sure many people here, had these movies on repeat through my adolescence, and I say this with profound respect. There were scenes in adolescence that would be watched if I didn't know where the remote was to hit skip. But now, visiting them some 15 years later as an adult, I get it. And so my question is that I'm sure as actors, you understood the scenes at a very different level being in them, but are there scenes, are there moments that you go back to that you understand differently now with the benefit of time and maturity?
That's a very good question.
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that would be true. I haven't seen the films in so long.
They're good. I'm constantly thinking that I didn't remember that. Oh my gosh, I didn't remember that. It's like, well, you were there, it's you. Like, so I don't know if it's just a quirk of my brain or, you know, the nature of memory, or I don't know what it is, but I always will find things. I mean, things that you know, that the elder characters say, or things that happen with the Gondoria or whatever. Like, we're on Gondor. Gondoria is what you catch if you spend. No, but like I definitely will find myself applying it to my life differently. Like, oh my God, I didn't think of that. You know, like I was.
So that would be true of me too. It's just been so long since I've seen it.
You don't remember the last time you watched it? It's time to watch it again.
It's some friends of mine. Does anybody here lives in New York? I'm assuming.
I spent good time there.
Well, listen. In New York, there's a great cinema called the Metro Cinema that's started by the same guy, Tim League, who started the Alamo Drafthouse. And at the Metro, it's in Chelsea. There's a number of screens there, and the concept's totally different. Like you can rent out the individual screening room, and then but you rent out an individual screening room, and you can choose the movie you want to watch. But it's properly screened for you, like an actual movie theater. And they're doing the trilogy with a full feast, which has been done at the Alamo. Like other theaters have done it, but it just looks awesome. And
that
want to go
see yesterday was awesome.
Which
the menu?
Oh yeah. Oh, the Denny's menu.
Yeah.
from The Hobbit. The meals that were designed.
Middle Earth meals. Yeah, right. Mutton and whatever. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I was like, I'm hungry now. Oh, that's something I did not need to evolve. Or my understanding of food is the same now.
Sorry, sir, we're cannibalizing your time.
No problem, bro. Raph, what are you doing on the stage, bro?
What's wrong?
Say that again. Raph, my bro, what are you doing on the stage? What are you talking about? Stop talking to me, sir. It's Raph from Ninja Turtles. Yeah. Johnny! My question's for the bearer bro up there. If you were any of like our friends or enemies, who do you think you'd be, bro?
Who does he think he could be?
Yeah, which one of our friends or enemies do you think he'd be? Like, which Ninja Turtles character do you think he'd be in the bearer bro? Which character in Turtles? What do I think Elijah would be? Bearer bro. Oh, yeah, bearer bro. Plot twist. AC.
I would want to be one of the turtles.
You are one of the turtles. You'd be Leo, probably.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
I like, who's Raphael's is he the party dude?
No.
No, that's me! That's me, man! Raph's badass. Right? So, yeah.
Leo.
But Leo, I don't know if I've ever said this out loud, but you're a natural born leader.
Yes.
Yeah. You may not realize it, but you are a leader. You are a leader. No question about it.
Really?
Confident, smart, ideas, listen. You're a good leader, bro.
Thanks, dude.
For those of you who don't know the Ninja Turtles, it's
Good afternoon, Sam and Frodo. My name is Captain Kirk. I want to talk to you guys about the song Into the West by Annie Lennox. It plays during the end credits of Return of the King. I think it's the most beautiful song ever written. In fact, I've decided that when it's my turn to go to the Grey Havens, that is going to be the song that plays my funeral. So
you'll have everybody weeping.
Yes. My question to both of you is, what was your reaction to hearing the song Into the West for the first time?
It's so emotionally devastating. To add that song at the end is just, it's a beautiful coda to that story.
I would happen to be at Peter Jackson and Fran Walsh's house. Well, I don't know exactly, but what was being talked about was using Annie Lennox and that song together. And the way they were talking about her was like casting. Like, oh, wouldn't she be incredible? And they were thinking through it. So when I finally saw the movie and experienced her singing, I had this feeling of their triumph of finding her. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Just think that, like, they could have chosen, by the Return of the King, they could have had anyone on planet Earth do anything they want. It was like they were so brilliant, and
it was already so beloved.
Yeah, and the fit is just so perfect. And I watched them have that moment.
Amazing.
I watched the creators of the film have that moment, and I just thought that's really special. Because for her, I'm sure she was so honored to do it. Right? I haven't really heard her talk about it, but I'm sure she was like, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. So you just see, creativity is such a ephemeral, fleeting, accidental thing. Think of all the things that could have gone into it. So it wasn't her, but it was, and it was them, and it was that part at that moment in time, and like, pretty special.
Expressing
I had a front row seat. I got to see these people doing something that was transcendent, that was luminescent, that was, eternal. It's an eternal gift, that song in that.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so and I got to see it. That's what it felt like. It's like a backstage pass. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Thank you very much. Potatoes.
Right.
A nice piece of fried fish. Go on then.
Hello, my name is Alex, and I just have to apologize in advance, Mr. Wood, but my favorite Hobbit from the story was always Samwise.
Hey, how you doing? Go on.
My question is for both of you, and it is, what is your guys' favorite scene or quote that your character had in Lord of the Rings?
My favorite Frodo quote is, "I know what I must do, but I'm afraid to do it." Which is just such a moment of vulnerability, realizing what he has truly ahead of him. You know, he accepts the sort of journey. Even at the council and all around, he's quite, I got it. You know? And I think that line is, really realizing, like, it's enormous and terrifying. And, followed by Gandalf's wisdom, it's just beautiful. And I love that scene.
I'm trying to remember what you say or when you say it to Gandalf, when it's like he has some part to play in this or something.
I think it's that same scene, is it not?
No, it's later.
It's
Faramir or something.
Asking about Gollum.
Yeah.
Why didn't Bilbo kill him when he had the chance?
There's something about Frodo understands that it's not over, and Sam's like, "What are you doing? Like, this is a bad guy." And there's something about the way you do that that I think is pretty special. It's because it's really it's the, I don't know what the right word is. It's the hinge of that kind of philosophical premise that there's good and bad in all of us.
Yeah.
And Gollum, Smeagol Gollum represents that, but then you're kind of like, you're literally, if you didn't see that, if you didn't have some sense of goodness and curiosity and adventure or something about it, or like mission focused, there's just something really alive about that I like. There you go.
Yeah.
I'm Raven. My question is, what was the funniest moment on set while you were filming?
The single funniest moment.
It's hard to say. We laughed a lot.
Why do we all do this? My daughter, Bella, when she was younger, she won't play favorites. No, what's your favorite color? I don't do favorites. Now she put down an edict. I don't know if she's still like that now, but like, because it's painful. It's like, what about all the other funny moments that we don't choose right now? What is something funny? What popped in my head because I just saw it the other day scrolling was Christopher Lee tripping on his gown. I just can't get up these stairs.
The stairs of the costume really is a menace. He says something about costume.
Dom always
really is a menace.
People, gastro phenomenon.
Back to our first day, I farted. Falling on, all of us falling over each other down. Marion didn't run into us. We landed on the wooded road and I farted a lot. Everyone had a laugh. That was a very Holiday thing to do.
Sam was very protective. It's fragrant! What it is about city fountains, man. It's a little crazy out here.
I haven't seen a single fountain. I'm disappointed.
I saw a book of them. Did you?
Go to the plaza.
Hello, Sam.
Hello. So my name's Anthony. I've never seen Lord of the Rings.
That's okay.
I've never seen Lord of the Rings.
Hey, listen, that just means that he's sitting on gold. I love when people tell me they've not seen something, because it means that they get to see it for the first time. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'll watch it sometime. So I got a question not about that, not about wigs, but it is about a movie you're involved in, Elijah. Is there plans to do a sequel to The Greasy Strangler?
It says one person. Yeah. Yay!
They want to know what the answer is.
Listen, that film is so great. I love that movie.
That's awesome.
And if you've never seen it, prepare yourselves. It's really quite an experience. There's no plan, but I would certainly sign up for that.
Yeah,
It'd be awesome. But yeah, Jim Hosting's an amazing filmmaker. We actually produced his most recent film, Ebony and Ivory, which is this sort of like alternate universe. Hey, there we go. Imagined meeting of Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder on the Mall of Kintyre, and it was so bizarre and so funny and weird. I highly recommend it. And they never sing the song in the movie. It's just about them planning to work together. Oh yeah. It's interesting.
I remember my brother-in-law Matt. You remember Matt?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So we came back for Christmas break. So we filmed almost 2 years, and we had 2 weeks off. And we went back to Marcus. It was for 2000. Y2K.
Oh, really nervous.
And I was able to take with me, like, I think a VHS or a disc or something of a 5-minute sizzle reel of the trilogy while we were still filming. You would have seen it, but it would have been like something they showed at Show West, theater exhibitors, or something. And it was gold and don't show anyone, and it was finished effects, and it was like awesome. So I put it on. I get home and I show my brother-in-law. I'm like, hey, check this out. This is what I'm doing, because you're gone for years. People are like, are you in the military? Like, what's that? So I put it on and he watches it, and it's what the world would come to see. It's incredible world and the Balrog and the ring and all this cool stuff. And I turned off afterwards and I look at him like, what do you think? And he said, I don't usually go in for wizards and all that, but it looks pretty good. What you made me think of.
That's amazing. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Amani, and the question is for Elijah. In regards to the Maniac remake, what was your favorite or least favorite part of filming a point of view film?
It's really enjoyable, actually, the process. It's really funny, because when I was initially cast, they cast me on the premise that it would only be a couple of days of on-set work, thinking that I wouldn't be there for all of the off-camera work. And it was a discovery that I was like, no, I think I need to be there, like, every day, even though I'm not in frame. And ultimately, I think they even realized it's a much more intimate process than simply like casting an actor to only be in the sort of shots where the camera sees the character. And so it ended up being this really incredible process of like working with the DP. We would block every scene traditionally. So with me as the actor with the other actors, and then the DP would then figure out how to insert the camera into all of the places that we traditionally blocked, and then finding ways to insert hands. And I even had a double so that if I couldn't reach on one side, the double could use his left hand on that side. So things like that. And it ended up being this sort of dance in a way every day of just figuring out, because nothing was sort of pre-blocked, so we were just kind of figuring it out as we were going, and it was really fun and creative. So yeah, it was sort of a character made in 3 parts in a way. It was like all of the POV bits, and then there's the bits where you sort of see him in like third person. And then there's going into the studio after and re-recording all of the dialogue where the character I could breathe life into moments where there wasn't enough presence. And I really, found it really enjoyable, really fun.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
What's your name?
Hello, my name's Devin. First, my wife wanted me to say to Sean that you were her first crush growing up, childhood lives after seeing movies.
Thank you.
Secondly, I love the behind-the-scenes stuff. I wanted to hear from you guys, what is some of your, not necessarily favorite, but some highlighted moments that you guys, when filming the trilogy, used forced perspective?
Perspective is such a wonderful old tool. My favorite, I think, example of its use in the film is Frodo and Gandalf at the kitchen table in Bag End, because that actually employed a motion control camera. So anytime the camera moved, the table would move to maintain the perspective line, which is so rad and nerdy. And so they were able to actually incorporate a camera movement whilst keeping the forced perspective right. And I just thought that was like wizardry.
It's really interesting, but like as we went along, I think they used less and less of that technique. They had lots of other ways of doing things, making props that are super big, so when we're holding it, our hands look small, or hiring photo doubles who were 3 feet tall, or lots of stuff like that. But the actual forced perspective thing, where you're here looking that way and I'm here looking that way. You started to realize that if you put the camera really close to somebody and you're on the knees, and a person's looking down, it's the eye line that's really selling it, and your shoulder is big in frame, just as big in frame as it would be if you were. So there was a lot of absolutely mostly practical. Yeah. So, and then once they got the overlay situation where they would film a scene with people walking, and then we'd come in and they'd have the camera back and they'd show you on the monitor, and then you'd go walk and you'd know that you fit into that picture. But that's not forced perspective, that's like CG technology.
Yeah, they would send us to a blue screen unit.
Yeah.
And those were motion controlled shots where they would shoot something with a motion control camera. The thing about motion control is that it can be fixed. So like you do a camera move and then it's locked, so that you can literally repeat that camera move exactly the same way because the machine itself remembers, right? So like for a shot where we need to be in frame with them, either walking or standing, and a camera moves, they've locked that, so then when we go to the blue screen unit, that camera is doing the exact same thing against the blue screen, and effectively what he's describing is almost like physical ADR. ADR is additional dialogue. When in a movie, if there's like a sound issue, you have to re-record the dialogue, and then you're doing it to picture. It was sort of like that for the blue screen.
So imagine you're on a mountain, and they have a dolly with a little crane on it, and you're walking down a hill, and the dolly and the crane are matching here like this, and then it turns, and you move on. Those movements were captured in the computer. Now you go 6 months later onto a soundstage somewhere, or with Rick Morris, and they set up a dolly track, and they do the measurements of what the dolly's relationship to the ground is, the height or something, and then they plug in the map, the compute, the memory of what it does. But now you set it further away from the green screen, and when you do it, you're fitting into its pattern, like you were saying, and then in that sense, in a weird way, it does kind of get to be a little forced perspective, because say the track's doing this, and I'm looking up there, but I know when I'm looking at the monitor, the character's looking up at Gandalf. So I don't know if that's forced perspective, because it's something. I like doing this all day long. I just walk around. You get
people on stilts with like, what do they call those guys?
Picatures.
Yeah, so they would basically make what looked like large humans walking by us, and it wasn't the head bit, it was just sort of body, arms, and torso. Yeah. And they did that maybe twice, and then we never ended up using it again. There's a couple of shots in the film that you can see it's really effective, but I think they realized like this isn't going to be effective long term. And it ended up just getting every melt off.
Kneeling down.
And then, as our journey carries on, there was less of it for me, because we were just for each other and home. So we were our right scale for each other. And so there wasn't a whole lot of scale stuff as we get further and further away from the fellowship.
Thank you.
Yeah. In The Hobbit, they were not able to use force perspective, famously, because they shot 3D, and 3D ruins the ability for force perspective. You can't, because of the third dimension,
I think they love the fact that it was shot in 3D. I don't know what that sound meant just now.
but yeah, they found that that didn't work because the 3D stops the ability for that to make sense for it to work.
All right, we got a few minutes left. We'll try to get through as many questions as we can. What's your name?
Zim Infinancia at your service. And I just wanted to congratulate Sean again on the president of SAG-AFTRA. What are your guys' favorite activities to do with the union or in the community?
There's a lot. The favorite activities to do within the community. I mean, the union offers a lot of services. We have conservatories, National Conservatory, LA Conservatory does a lot. The New York Conservatory does a lot. The foundation, the SAG Foundation, which is its own SAG-AFTRA Foundation, it's a separate entity, but we're all in the same space, and they offer all kinds of classes and technique building and self-tape studios and stuff like that. When you're in leadership in the union, there's lots of town hall type meetings, lots of board meetings, committee meetings, and then things happen. Like when the fires happened, there were different gatherings that would be put on. There's a whole world about the union that most members, I don't think, even have any sense exists, and all you have to do is lean in just a little bit, and you start to find and discover it. So it's a really cool question, though. We do lots of fairs, like a mental health fair they did at one point, a health fair, and some really cool things. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I feel like I know more about the union now because of Sean. I'm really amazing because Sean, before he was president, was also, you were on the negotiating committee and very deeply involved in SAG. And I speak for the other Hobbits as well, learned so much about it. The way that he would discuss the current sort of state of things and the industry and the challenges that the unions face, or that the union faces, the actors face. And then now, as a president, we've got like a first front row seat to everything that's going on. It's amazing. I love it. And there's no one better suited for this, because Sean, the amount of work that he's put into understanding every effing facet of the to such an incredible degree. He's done so much homework, and I think arguably more than most people do, frankly. And he's just so perfectly suited for it, and he cares so deeply. So it's awesome.
There's something about that very complimentary exchange that is worth noting in the Lord of the Rings culture, where things are about.
Alrighty, so now we do want to point you towards NeverlandPodcast.com. That is the home of the Neverland Network of Podcasts, where we do want to point you to links to Podgagement and Dubby. Those, of course, two sponsors we have. Podgagement is Daniel J. Lewis's fantastic company. If you happen to have a podcast, he's got all the tools you need to succeed. And also, Dubby, if you happen to be a gamer, you want energy, you don't want the jitters, they have a lot of healthy drinks right in there. We do want to thank Karen Kennedy, Ricky Pope of Christian Nerds Unite, and Darren Wilhite of the Wilhite and Wall Show for helping me out with our intro. Don't forget, you can email us, podcast@neverlandpodcast.com. We're on x.com as Neverland PCast. We're on Facebook as the Fandom Nexus. The group, though, however, is still under Neverland Podcast, but that's okay. I just do stuff for the entire network there. And, of course, on YouTube, we are now the Fandom Gamers. You can find all our gaming videos there. And do not forget, okay, patreon.com/Neverland Podcast. You can find links for that, of course, at neverlandpodcast.com. If this show has been a part of your life in the last 12, 13 years, you want to help keep it growing, you can join our Patreon. And even at $5 a month, you help keep the lights on, help us grow towards bigger projects, bigger goals. And that's also where on Wednesdays, you get the episodes ad-free before anybody else, although this is going to be Thursday that you get this one. Things kind of went wrong yesterday. And then everybody else gets the episodes on Sunday. So you get the episodes early, and any bonus things that I do is going to go to Patreon and not into the main feed. No copyright infringement is intended, and copyright is held by the respective owners. Content is shared for review and commentary purposes under fair use license. And now, get lost in an adventure, and we'll see you next time.
Mom, can you tell me a story?
Sure. Once upon a time, a mom needed a new car.
Was she brave?
She was tired, mostly. But she went to Carvana.com and found a great car at a great price. No secret treasure map required.
Did you have to fight a dragon?
Nope. She bought it 100% online. From her bed, actually.
Was it scary?
Honey, it was as unscary as car buying could be.
Did the car have a sunroof?
It did, actually.
Okay, good story.
Car buying you'll want to tell stories about. Buy your car today on
Carvana.
Delivery fees may apply.